loves, Kim here, and I'm back with another video. So today, I don't know exactly what I want to call this next. I have that problem, and I don't know, let me know if you have an issue with deciding on names for your builds, because I go through that a lot. So if you do, leave me a comment down below and let me know, how do you figure out what you want to name stuff. But anyway, you guys, I'm bringing you a cruise ship, and what inspired this is because, well, I do plan on taking a trip to New Orleans soon, and one of the things that we would like to do on the trip is go on a dinner cruise on like one of the riverboats there. And I think that's very exciting. There's going to be like live jazz on there, and just a lot of sights, and being on the water tends to be very calming and serene. So that really inspired this build. So I'm giving you all a cruise ship. Now this isn't, like I said, this is like a riverboat. So it's not like one of those huge cruise ships like a Disney cruise ship or like Carnival or Royal Caribbean or anything like that. But I think this will be nice for your Sims to go out on a night on a town, or just to, you know, do something a little bit different. Now, of course, in The Sims 4, we can't build in open water, so this is on a regular lot. This is actually the 50 by 40 lot, if I'm not mistaken, in Newcrest, towards the bottom of the map, like where the little park area is. I didn't want to do a 64 by 64 only because I didn't like where those lots were located, but if they were in a better location, I definitely would have opted for the larger lot. But I think this works well. And yeah, how are you guys doing today? I'm doing great. I'm just so happy to be getting a build out to you all. There are several builds that I would like to get to and have in mind. It's just a matter of executing them well, because I want to give you guys quality content. I don't want to half step something. So if I'm going to do something, I want it to be great. And I don't know, I guess that is a good thing, but it's also kind of a bad thing because it prevents me from putting out as much content because I'm so focused on quality. But I hope you guys do appreciate it. I hope you guys think my builds are good, because I like them and I hope you like them too. I'm talking about a whole bunch of random stuff. Let's get into the build. So yeah, I did a poll on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, you should, because sometimes when I'm stuck or I need just a little bit of extra help, I do a quick poll on my Instagram stories, and you guys really helped me out with making tough decisions. So I asked on Instagram, mind you, I already started building this and had what I wanted to do in mind, but I was kind of conflicted on what I wanted to do. So I asked, should my next build be a lounge or a restaurant? And the majority of people voted for a lounge, which was surprising because honestly in my head, like as soon as I thought like of a cruise boat or a riverboat or whatever, I said, oh my gosh, it needs to be a restaurant. So I was pleasantly surprised that the majority of people said a lounge. So, I don't know, I was kind of already deep into the build and I didn't want to get rid of a whole bunch of stuff, but I did decide to go with a lounge because I love that. I really did enjoy it. The way it's set up, it can actually still be a restaurant. I mean, all of the required items for a restaurant are in there, like the waiter stations, the host stations, and the chef station. Like, it's all in there, but all of the items that are required for a lounge are in there as well. So there is a piano, there's a microphone, speakers, bars, like the whole bit. So I really enjoy it. So it's kind of like a lounge restaurant hybrid, but it's technically a lounge. But again, if you want to change it to a restaurant, all of the items are there. It's just as simple as going into build by mode and then changing the lot type. So yeah, I really enjoy this build. I love how it came out. Like, it really started to actually become a cruise boat or cruise ship to me when I added in the pool, which is our quote-unquote like river water or lake water or whatever, but it just really started to just take form from there for me. And yeah, I really enjoy it. I would love to go on a cruise, boat, dinner. I've been on a cruise before, a couple months ago, about 6 months ago actually, and it was amazing. And just seeing the things to do in New Orleans, and it had this river boat dinner cruise thing. Like, I was like, yes honey, and I had to do it in The Sims. I feel like I'm rambling. I'm very excited, trying to contain myself here. But yeah, right now we're just working on the layout and just getting the structural elements together. I was looking at a lot of different reference pictures, and I've come to find out that there is like a little model riverboat in The Sims, like it's an actual item, and I do place that in here a bit later on. But yeah, just looking back and forth through all of my reference pictures, I noticed that all of the riverboats had kind of like an upper deck area. That's kind of like the party level. Like, I see a lot of people just sitting up there and looking at the views. Also, I've seen like some people up there dancing, and like, you know, a DJ booth is up there and people are just living their best life. So I was like, I definitely need that. Like the very first level when you enter is kind of like the dining space. So if you do decide to make this into a restaurant, I didn't want dining tables like on all 3 levels. That's just too much. You'll be waiting absolutely forever for your food. So I wanted to take the largest part of the boat for dining. And then the middle level is perhaps my most favorite level. It's kind of like this classy piano room, and you know, it just, I don't know, like it makes me feel like money. And I don't even know if that makes sense, but it just feels so luxurious, like the colors I use, and just it feels nice and intimate. Like it feels like you need like some sort of private membership to be in there. To me, I don't know, I really enjoy it a lot. So yeah, back to the build. I'm pretty much done with the shell of the boat and figuring out where all of the stairs is going to be. Once I figured out where the staircases were going to be, like everything else was a bit easier, if that makes sense. And that happens a lot. Like as soon as I figure out like how my Sims are going to move around, everything else works like clockwork. Now the area that had the most difficulty, I guess, kind of laying out was the kitchen area, and it's towards the back of the boat on the main level. That was the last thing I did, which prompted me to do my Instagram poll, because I'm like, okay, this is a really awkward space. Like, doesn't necessarily need to be a restaurant, but I do end up working out the kitchen setup because I figured maybe if your Sims had a party here, or like their birthday here, and it was a lounge, at least you can hire a chef to make your private party a meal, or you know, if you need to whip up a cake real quick, you can do that. So I definitely wanted to have a stove for those purposes, and it just makes it feel like, I don't know, it just makes it feel like a more commercial lot. Anyway, we're on the top level, and I was trying to figure out how did I want to put in the DJ booth. Like, it just kind of felt really awkward just in the middle of the upper deck. Also, that little room behind the DJ booth is supposed to be like the captain's quarter, or like the, I don't know, I guess like where somebody would steer the ship around. And I don't show too much of that on camera. It's a small room, so I just decided to cut that footage out. But yeah, it was just kind of awkward fitting in everything on that top deck. Like, I knew that was gonna be essentially like our party deck, but I don't know, it's just weird. Anyway, here I am just laying out these stairs on the middle deck to the upper deck, and I do eventually get rid of the back staircase only because I felt like it was just taking too much room, and I think I'm doing that right now, getting rid of that staircase. Yes, I am. I enclose it because, I don't know, like having seasons in my game, like I'm constantly thinking, okay, we have seasons, I have to think about the elements. Like, I don't want rain on the inside, I don't want, you know, it to be too hot. Like, I'm thinking about temperature control. So I decided to close up that area, get rid of that back staircase, and keep the front staircase so they can still access the upper deck. And just to kind of make the piano level feel a bit more secluded and not high scale, oh gosh, upscale and all of that. So yeah, I really enjoy how that came out. Here I am just laying out the doors and deciding what type of lighting that I like to use. But yeah, I feel like I said but yeah a lot, but it's okay. It's okay. What am I doing now? It appears that I am adding in just some placement furniture, I guess. Just deciding on what's going to go where without fully committing to saying, hey, I'm going to use this chair or this couch. Like just putting in, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess just kind of like some temporary furniture. Yeah, we'll go with that. That works. Just to make sure that the space I allotted for furniture is going to fit. But yeah, I think the second most difficult room that I had to figure out was actually the main level, because I was going back and forth with, okay, if this is a lounge, then it doesn't really need all of these tables and chairs, but it's like, but what else do you do on a dinner cruise? Like, you eat. So I needed all the tables and chairs. So that was a bit of a struggle, but I do think I worked it out in the end very well. I love these little sconces that came with seasons. Like, I feel like they're very classy, and I like the kind of goldish color that I choose. This level, the piano level, is my favorite because I really love the colors. I like how I mix the panels from Dine Out with that wallpaper that came with the Vintage Glamour stuff pack, and oh my gosh, it's just like the silver, like how that wallpaper from Vintage Glamour, how it just kind of glistens in the game. Like, the lighting engine is so amazing. Like, I just feel like that really puts the cherry on top for this level. And I do have 2 bathrooms on this level, so in total this boat has 4 bathrooms. There's 2 on the main level, which are kind of tiny, and then there's 2 more on the piano level, and then of course the upper deck doesn't have any bathrooms. But yeah, like, my focus for the middle level was just to make it feel very luxurious, very, like I said, like, it just feels like money. Like, I love it. I love it. Also, I'm just trying to make the area and kind of like the stairwell a little less awkward, so I add these hanging flowers from Cats and Dogs, and I put the little bar lights from Get to Work behind them, and I'm adding in some pictures from Cats and Dogs. I really love the thick frames of the scenery in Brindleton Bay. In my head, this will be a ship that travels between cities, like maybe from Newcrest to Brindleton Bay. I don't know, I just feel like that was the most appropriate world that this cruise ship would move to. And maybe like in game I will place this lot in Brindleton Bay just to kind of say, okay, the cruise ship is here now. I don't know, I'm weird, but that's just what I'm thinking. Now I'm adding in some other items from entertainment. So initially I was going to have like a singer on the main level, like providing live entertainment, but then I was like, okay, well, does this really make sense? And then I eventually said, no, let's just put all of the live entertainment on one level. Let's put a party on the top level, and then just food. Just keep it simple, because when you overcomplicate things, you make your job that much harder. So I'm trying to learn that in building, and you know, I just get so wrapped up in the details. There's plenty of times where I can have builds out to you guys sooner, but I'm constantly battling myself, like, is this enough? Is this enough? Is this enough? And it usually is, and I don't even know what I'm talking about now. This is just one of those videos where I just go completely off subject, and I hope you guys will understand. But anyway, here I am just messing around with these awnings that came with Get to Work. I really love this kind of bright orange color. I would say the main colors for this cruise ship is is white, red, and black. Yeah, those are like the main colors for the exterior. I don't know, I just felt like those colors were classic, but at the same time kind of bold. Like this cruise ship really makes a statement when it's out on the waters. I don't know, I guess I was also inspired by the red because I know on a lot of riverboats that has the little wheels in the back moving in the water, those are typically red, so I really wanted to play on that. But yeah, I'm just expanding this covering. Like I said, we have to think about seasons now, so I'm trying to provide some shading, even though your Sims can still suffer from like a heat stroke if there's a heat wave. So be sure to have on like the right outfit if you're gonna be on this upper deck. And even like in extreme cold, like if they're outside, they're gonna feel that effect, so just make sure they're wearing the right outfit. Anyways, now I'm working on kind of like the I guess the outside area. So I really wanted the entrance to this riverboat to be kind of dramatic, and not dramatic in the sense like, you know, I don't even know what I'm saying. I just wanted there to be a formal entrance. So here I am adding in kind of like this bridge area with these 2 staircases. So your Sims will come from the street, go down this long way, up one staircase, down another, and then into the cruise ship. Like I feel like it just gave a bit more prominence and a little bit of more drama to this ship, because like I said, like people just don't go on dinner cruises every day. Like I would imagine if you go here, like you have to have a little bit of money, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to add a little bit of pomp and circumstance, if you will, to the entrance of this, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I just feel like it makes me feel like it's not just the street and then you hop onto the boat, you know what I mean? Like there's a little bit of space, like there's a little bit of wonder and mystery if you're passing by this lot, like I wonder where this boat is going. Like it looks more like a port to me than it did before, by adding in this bridge and just kind of like more water towards the street instead of just street then boat. Like am I even making sense right now? What am I talking about? Now I am just doing kind of like a entrance. Like I've seen this a lot in like fancy Italian restaurants where it has like this awning that's over the walkway to get into the place. So I kind of wanted to replicate that for our dinner cruise boat. And I'm using the same awning from on top of the ship, but I do change it to black. And yeah, I'm using these columns from, I think, Dine Out. Yeah, Dine Out, just to make it look like it's supported. There is a foundation, so the columns doesn't go straight from the floor to the top. So I had to double them up. But yeah, I just really like it, and I kind of closed in that gap in between the 2 sides of the awning with the sign from Dine Out as well. And I was just checking out how it would look on camera. You know, the more things you add to a lot, the more cropped the thumbnail picture looks on the gallery. So I was just making sure it still looks okay. Now I'm just adding in this fence, because what was really getting on my nerves was that instead of, when I play test this the first time, instead of Sims getting on the boat, like they will be swimming in the water, and I'm like, no, you can't just jump in like a river. Like that's not safe. So I decide to fence it off, and it just gives a bit more separation. Like it makes it feel like it's on the actual water more and not just sitting in the pool, if that makes sense. And now I'm just adding in these little bubble makers underground, just to make it seem like, you know, there's currents and all of that. I don't know, I like it, but it might not be everyone's taste. And here in the corner, this is completely unnecessary, but I felt like it was so necessary, you know what I mean? Like, this is just kind of like a little flower shop. Like I feel like if you're going on a dinner cruise, like it's something special. So maybe you're going with your significant other, and then you're gonna grab like a bouquet of flowers for them and like surprise them. Like I feel like this place will be great for like a proposal. Like excuse my weird noises. But yeah, I just really love this little flower shop. It has nothing to do with the boat itself, but I feel like if this is at a port or like in a harbor, you know, someone with a little cart can set up shop and maybe sell extra items, you know, like you know, kind of like how in game, how the food stalls and like the supply stalls pop up randomly. I was kind of trying to do that, but with flowers. So it doesn't actually function. I mean, it can if you decide to make this into a retail lot, which there is a cash register, so you can do that too. So basically this lot has 3 functions. It can be a restaurant, it can be a lounge, or it can be a retail store. You are welcome. I don't know, maybe I just have commitment issues when it comes to building, because I always try to make my builds multi-purpose, specifically if they are community lots or commercial lots. So anyway, that was just a weird tangent, just saying that, you know, there's a little flower shop here. Yeah, I just go with this green covering here and those green awnings that I believe also came with Get to Work, or maybe a Space Game, one of those. But I'm just kind of adding in these little flowers just to make the place feel a little bit more welcoming and appealing. And I'm just adding in these lights, and I'll add in a couple of benches around, like I said, just to make it feel more like a commercial lot. But anyway, you guys, there's a few more minutes left of the build. I'm just gonna go ahead and hop off because I feel like I'm rambling, but I hope you guys will enjoy. I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And feel free to follow me on my social medias. My Instagram handle is Simply-Nisey, and my Twitter is Simply-NiseyYT, but both I'm stumbling, but I'm gonna get it right. Both of those are always linked down in the description bar below, and just leave me a comment on what you like to see next. Like, I really enjoy reading all of you guys' comments, and it just really motivates me to keep building and to keep going. And I'm just so grateful for all of you all who watch my videos, and I just thank you so much. There's so many other things that you could be doing in the world, but just knowing you're watching me makes me feel so good and so awesome, so thank you. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Bye, guys.